CES 2025 is coming to a close. Today is the last day. I actually snuck out a little bit early. Obviously, I am back home. So I wanted to put together a little video of some of my favorite things that I saw on the showroom floors, kind of like a little recap or best of, but I'm only one person, and unfortunately I wasn't able to see everything that was announced, so I wanted to highlight a few things that really sounded awesome to me that I want to hopefully check out in the near future. And so let's start with LG's new UltraFine 6K monitor. Now, I don't know how I missed this. I don't actually think LG had this on display anywhere, considering that I've seen no videos of it. So this would make a lot of sense as to how I missed it, but I used to love the 4 and 5K models that Apple and LG kind of collaborated on back in the day, even though it definitely had some flaws. It had some serious burn-in and ghosting issues, or at least mine did, and the design was very meh. But I do really like the look of this one. The press images show a beautiful bezel-less display that's going to be a 32-inch monitor with a 6K resolution, but I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be similar to some of those other ultra-fine ones that Apple and LG didn't collaborate on, where it wasn't that true retina quality, or what. I'm not totally sure. We don't have a lot of info on it, but this monitor is going to be apparently one of the first to support Thunderbolt 5. I mean, it honestly just looks like a great Pro Display XDR alternative, both in the design and just on paper. I don't really love the weird circular bottom of the base here, but I can kind of get past that. And hopefully if the price is half of an XDR or even less, that would be huge for people out there who want a really good quality monitor to pair with their Macs. For you gamers out there, the Lenovo Legion Go S also really caught my attention, but unfortunately I didn't make it over to that booth to be able to check it out and see it, but it has some really great specs for those who are into the handheld gaming devices like these. It's running an AMD Z2 processor, it has an 8-inch full HD display, but also carries a 120 Hz variable refresh rate and 500 nits of brightness. Now, I've been looking at getting into something like this for a while now, and just haven't pulled the trigger, whether it be a Steam Deck or the Asus ROG Ally, but the Lenovo one, the Legion Go S here, kind of has me thinking I might hold out for this. Tapo, TP-Link's smart home brand, had a ton of new outdoor and indoor security cameras, like this one here that can read the veins in the palm of your hands in order to offer just another method of unlocking your front door. And now, if that sounds familiar, I showcased something that TCL did recently with the exact same technology, and apparently Tapo has the same one. There were tons of new solar-powered cameras, doorbells, and even one for new parents out there who want a bit more peace of mind when it comes to their child sleeping in their cribs. What I really like about Tapo's cameras are the notification insights that you get, like your child's face might be obstructed while laying in their crib, or for the doorbell, you'll see these notifications that use AI to analyze pretty accurately what's happening outside the door. The only gripe is that these new cameras are not Matter or HomeKit compatible, at least not yet, but hopefully one day soon. And if you don't care about that, I think you would really love the Tapo app. There are tons of nice features inside. One that's new is using AI to kind of analyze some of the devices that you have already set up within the app, and then providing basically shortcuts and automations that it could make based off of what you have, and just kind of a way easier way to get into automations without having to learn some of the complexities of it, which is really good for some of those who just want to set it up and not have to worry about it anymore. When it comes to some of my favorite Apple related accessories this year, I really liked a few things from Satechi. These on-the-go 3-in-1 or 2-in-1 chargers are always great. They can fold up really easy for compact storage, and then of course it can charge your Apple Watch, iPhone, and AirPods at the same time, or 2 out of the 3 items depending on whether you get the 3-in-1 or the 2-in-1. Now, the M4 Mac Mini Thunderbolt hub is also one of my personal favorites. I do wish it had one extra Thunderbolt port here on the front, but it does bring you some of that legacy Type A and an SD card slot to the front. And then on the bottom, you have a spot for an NVMe SSD if you'd like to kind of make it an all-in-one SSD Thunderbolt hub. Lexar and SanDisk had some great SSD storage devices for your iPhone that I also really enjoyed. So Lexar went with a smaller profile. You kind of just plug it into the bottom and it sits here, no dangling wires or anything, which is great, and offers other attachments that can kind of work with it for building out a really nice mobile shooting rig. While the SanDisk one connects via MagSafe to the back of your phone and then has an integrated cable that'll just go and connect to the bottom of your iPhone. And so if you want to shoot and log footage, or if you're just shooting tons of footage and you want to free up some of that internal storage, you can go ahead and shoot it over to the external SSD. Osnap has a new wallet that can hold 8 cards or up to 8 cards and still be relatively slim here on the back of your iPhone because it connects via MagSafe with incredible strength. We had the hardest time getting it off of the phone just for us to hold it in our hands to check it out. It's not going to fall off easy if you're worried about that, and it has a little extra grip on the back there so that you can use it with one hand easily or use it as a stand. Now, the MCON, which is also from Osnap, is a mobile gaming controller for your iPhone that connects via MagSafe, and then it just kind of whips out like a T-Mobile Sidekick, and it gives you everything you need to start playing games. It connects to your phone, again, just snap it on there via MagSafe, and then Bluetooth will connect for the gaming functionality. But these buttons feel great. It offers everything that you need. There's even left and right triggers on the back and some paddles here to help you with the ergonomics of it all. And if you're looking for another new monitor to go with one of your Macs and you don't like the one from LG that I talked about earlier, or you don't want to wait for it, or it might be too expensive, Samsung has a newly redesigned version of its smart monitors. Now, we've checked out the M8 in the past. This is the new M9 monitor, which is the first monitor to offer on-device AI for AI Picture Optimizer so that it can better adjust to what's on screen, whether it be gaming, video, or productivity apps. The settings will just auto-adjust. You also get the 4K AI Upscaling Pro. It is 32 inches in size in 4K, which I mentioned earlier. And oh, by the way, it's also an OLED display, and I thought it looked really, really nice. The Flick Duo is a Matter-compatible product that has so much versatility when it comes to controlling your smart home products. It's got 2 buttons on it, which can be mapped to whatever you want, and different, presses will do different things, but it also has gesture control. So you can just point it at your lights and turn from left to right kind of in a rotating motion, like you're turning a knob, and it'll adjust the brightness, or you can swipe across quickly to change the colors. All right, so now let's jump into some of the more interesting or weirder items that definitely have people talking. And the Displac TV was probably one that just was more memorable for me, only because of a few different things here. So I understand that I probably wouldn't need this for any other reason outside of maybe just bringing this TV out onto my deck, or if I'm in a pinch and my TVs are taken up in the house and my kid has to watch something, I guess I have a wireless TV that runs off of batteries that I can put anywhere. And the cool thing is you can mount it to any flat surface thanks to this suctioning system on the back. Now, there are feet that can be easily attached or detached if you don't want to mount it to anything, but I don't know, I just think the fact that you can stick this on any flat surface and it will use suction cups to stay on any flat surface is a really cool concept. And so if you're somebody who wants to have a TV mounted outside, but you don't want to have to worry about the weather really ruining it, you can mount it and then take it off when you go inside, and it's really not that big of a deal. It takes like 10 seconds to do. Now, there were some interesting electric vehicles out there this year. I did get to go into Sony and Honda's Afeela, which a lot of people have some strong opinions about, that's for sure. And I mean, I mostly agree. $90,000 is an absurd amount for a car, especially where it seems like you're not getting a whole lot more luxury when you're in that price point compared to some of the others out there. But hopefully it's just kind of more of a glimpse of what Sony and Honda could offer maybe at a cheaper price point in the future. Now, there were some cool features like excellent, and I mean excellent, Dolby Atmos surround sound system. It sounded amazing. 2 screens in the back for movies and media and even playing PlayStation games if you want to. And you also get ChatGPT 4o built into the car's voice assistant, so makes things a little bit more conversational. And then not to mention all of the crazy tech that you see here in the driver's side. Now, Honda has the 0 Series EVs with the Saloon and the SUV here, and I didn't get to check out a whole lot. I mean, I can only go where I was just from a distance, but I thought they looked really cool. I'd be curious to see where these end up if they ever make it to market, and would love to know your thoughts on the design because they certainly are unique. I also saw this electric salt spoon that was definitely the talk of night one on the CES floor at Unveiled, because it can apparently zap the right parts of your tongue just enough to where it'll make foods apparently taste a little bit saltier without actually increasing sodium levels to your food. Now, I did not get a chance to test this out, but others around me did, and I got to talk to them about it, and they said that it did actually work, but you kind of have to like put the spoon in your mouth and then hold it there for like a second or two for the process to work. So I don't know, it seems like it's a little bit of a slower process, which might be bad or good. If you're somebody who's eating way too fast, you should definitely slow down, so I guess it's forcing you there. I don't know, it's cool tech, and I like to see things that are just unique and different. So yeah, that was just some of the things that I got to see that I really enjoyed, or some of the things that caught my attention that I didn't get to see at CES this week. And of course, there are tons of other things that I covered in the 3 videos that I posted throughout the week here in the upper right corner. But would love to hear your thoughts on everything CES 2025 down in those comments. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.